EuroScreen is an exchange of best practices to show how the tourism industry can capitalize on the presence of location shooting for the film industry. Film London is the lead partner of EuroScreen, and Fondazioni Temi Zammit is the Maltese partner along with 7 other partners comprising Maribor, Slovenia, Apulia, Italy, Lund University, Sweden, Ystad, Sweden, Rzeszów Regional Development Agency, Poland, Bucharest, Romania, and Malaga, Spain. In June 2013, FTZ Malta organized its first EuroScreen dissemination event. Local stakeholders were invited to discuss this new project on screen tourism. FTZ chairman, Nasi Kalamata, introduced participants to the lead partner's representative in London, Matty Yalom.
And the conference should have been called How the Tourist Industry Can Exploit the Cinema Industry. But that's a dirty word, so it's how we can capitalize on this.
Malta has the perfect example of screen tourism in the Popeye Village film set. The Paramount Disney 1980 production of the musical Popeye the Sailor Man left behind a complete film set of Cape Cod-style fishing village. It was opened as a tourist attraction, and 33 years later, it is still successful as a major tourist attraction in Malta. Popeye Village General Manager Antoine Kauki addressed the dissemination event to explain the various attractions at Popeye Village.
It was just a comic, moved on to a cartoon, which would probably all of us remember, and then he moved on to a movie. Back in the 1980s, Paramount Pictures, together with Disney, produced a $15 million movie called Popeye the Sailor Man. Obviously, to do this movie, they required a location. They had to dig roads down from the cliffside to the bay. They had to build a breakwater to protect the 20 wooden structures that were built for the movie. The private enterprise, led by Manuel and Tarcisio Bonici, has now been standing for 33 years.
Malta Film Commission representative Peter Buzotil and FTZ project coordinator Katina Maledova explained the respective entities' involvement in EuroScreen project. The open discussion was a sharing of experiences of how various foreign film productions aided tourism in Malta.
So these were all coming using Malta as Malta, so we actually developed the script together, told them, showed them obviously all the locations, so the script was written around our locations. And that had a huge effect on tourism. For example, Coronation Street has 9 million viewers a week, and we had 3 episodes.
I believe that we should be promoting this destination, these items, for what they have, not for something which is similar to other destinations.
So there is more awareness on how tourism can capitalize on the film industry, because like you mentioned earlier on, Jean, every person has a story. Every person knows about that particular place where it was filmed.
We have been featured in New Zealand, Australia, America. We've just been filmed in Belgium, in Ireland. We have a lot of promotion on British newspapers because of what happened. Obviously, it's not something that we want to exploit. It was something that we inherited, but we have great respect for Oliver Reed. And we continue it as a shrine because his fans love him to bits, so we continue going on with it. We have books since we've taken over that have been signed by thousands and thousands of people that we keep as a record. We've got a book made up of the story about Oliver Reed and what happened. But like I said, it's mostly foreigners who know about it and not Maltese.
Well-loved British actor Oliver Reed passed away one Sunday morning while having a drink in a pub in Valletta when he was taking part in the epic film Gladiator. Pub owner Antida Rogers says that now her pub has become a shrine to Reed, and all middle-aged British tourists visit it regularly. In October 2013, FTZ Malta organized the EuroScreen local seminar, once more inviting various stakeholders of the film industry. FTZ chairman Nasi Kalamata introduced via Skype the lead partner representative from Film London, Livia Papp.
Doctor Who doesn't ask for permission to put Cardiff on the map. It just does. You know, people will go to that film set. When my friends came over in the summer, they didn't want to see me, they wanted to see the step, because that's where Game of Thrones had been filmed. They wanted to go to Einthoven. They wanted to go and see a myriad of places. They weren't bothered about seeing me at all. I'm a nice person.
It is a newly started EuroScreen tradition. We give a non-Oscar to the people who help us. So here you are, accept your non-Oscar. Let me stay on the other side. Okay. Give him a hand. Ramona, please come. And we will give Ramona a non-Oscar, which I hope she will put on the mantelpiece in her office. And people ask her, what is that? And this is propaganda. They will talk about us. See? Ramona. And of course, Adam, once again, I'm kidding you. I know it's not right.
It's funny, he remembers all the girls' names.
It's the age. Thank you. Come along. Pat, you are very, exciting. And of course, Susan, there she is, from the Malta Film Commission. So on the other side, okay. Look at the camera. There you are. Thank you. And now the most important part of it all is that you have spotted your favorite. If only I get the opportunity to speak to her or to him. All right? Maybe you can start something, and this we call networking. Thank you for coming. Please keep in touch with us on our website, and looking forward to seeing you again on the 24th. All the best, everybody. Thank you.
In October 2013, FTZ organized a 2-day seminar for the transfer of good practice with the participation of experts from Film London and Ystad.
The project is very much around an exchange of experiences and partners sharing their knowledge, and we're all on a learning curve essentially, and we're all trying to develop ideas to get our respective film sectors working more closely with the tourism sector so that we benefit from each other much sooner and have a much more strategic approach. Last year, the Harry Potter studio tour opening. This is where all the Harry Potter films were shot in Leavesden Studios. After the filming had completed, the studios closed for a complete refurbishment and were fully kitted out, and at the same time the studio tour was built, and I think the ticket went on sale sometime in March, and between the first 2 weeks they were sort of sold out to June or May already, and it's been a very big success. Now this also obviously leads me back to why we're doing EuroScreen. It is about working to get resources, or working much more closely with our tourist board to develop film tourism, screen tourism, so that we can have a budget, work out a strategy of how we align the two sectors better. That's very much the reason behind this project. For us, the project is about, identifying best practice, exchanging knowledge, and in the end, it's a policy project. We are working all locally with our policymakers to try and, shape a strategy for this area. A big challenge for the project is developing an impact measurement tool, an assessment tool of how we measure the impact that screen tourism has. And the first Wallander book was published in 1991 by the famous author Henning Mankell. It used to be a military town, and they shut the military down, and they didn't know what to do with the big air defense halls. So the author Henning Mankell himself, together with two businessmen, bought the whole air defense hall and transformed it into a studio. And then they've done 32 films about Kurt Wallander, and it's been a great success all over the world.
During a direct Skype conference with Marie Holmström from Ystad, Sweden, the present stakeholders from Malta had a question and answer session on the exchange of good practice for screen tourism.
A lot of what Film London does is to try and bring some kind of harmony across the different boroughs, and the boroughs come to us for guidance if they're going to change their rules.
As part of the staff exchange exercise, Puglia Film Commission representatives visited Malta in March 2014. Puglia Film Commissioner Raffaella Del Vecchio and her assistant Dina Allegretti met Malta's new film commissioner, Engelbert Grech. Malta Film Studio manager Cornelia Azzopardi-Shellman showed the visitors around the film tank facilities and store-making machinery. The Puglia Film Commission delegation was also shown around the studio backlot in the 400-year-old Fort Ricasoli, where giant film sets were built for Gladiator and Agora. Malta EuroScreen partner Fondazione Temi Zammit will be sending tourism ministry staff to Apulia and Malta Film Commission staff to Film London. EuroScreen events will keep going till the end of 2014.